Hey there, fellow knowledge seekers, and welcome back to NOSR Webs
Podcast.
Don't forget to check out those amazing offers in the links below.
You never know.
You might find the deal of a lifetime. Now, let's get down to business. Today, we're strapping in for a deep dive into the world of Bitcoin. Imagine this.
Hold on.
It's 2015.
All right.
You've got a crisp $100 bill, and instead of your usual caffeine fix,
Right.
you decide to take a gamble on this new mysterious thing called Bitcoin.
What's fascinating about Bitcoin is that what-if scenario. The idea that a small investment could potentially change your life has captured the imaginations of so many. It's like a modern-day gold rush, but instead of picks and shovels, we're dealing with ones and zeros.
Exactly. But before we start daydreaming about yachts and private islands,
Right.
we need to understand the reality of Bitcoin's journey. It's been a wild ride with more twists and turns than a Hollywood blockbuster.
It's crucial to remember that Bitcoin's story isn't just about those headlines of overnight millionaires. It's a story of dramatic price swings, booms, and busts that can make even the most seasoned investor sweat a little.
Okay, let's break this down. Back in 2015, Bitcoin was still relatively unknown, trading at around $430. If you invested that $100, then you would have gotten about 0.2326 Bitcoin. Doesn't sound like much, right?
Well, hold on to your hats because things are about to get interesting. Fast forward to November 2024, and the price of Bitcoin has skyrocketed to a whopping $98,000.
Wait, are you telling me that measly 0.2326 Bitcoin is now worth a small fortune?
You do the math.
Okay, let me grab my calculator.
Wow.
That initial $100 investment would now be worth around $22,800. That's a percentage increase of hold on a mind-blowing 22,835%.
To put that into perspective, the average stock market return hovers around 7% to 10% per year. Bitcoin is a completely different beast.
So to our hypothetical time-traveling investor, congratulations. You could be sipping something a little fancier than a latte on a private beach right now. But, let's be real, could you have resisted the temptation to sell during those nail-biting dips? The FOMO must have been intense.
That's the allure and the danger of high-risk, high-reward investments like Bitcoin. It takes nerves of steel to ride out the volatility and uncertainty.
Speaking of uncertainty, let's talk about the not-so-fun side of Bitcoin, the risks. We've got the infamous volatility, with prices swinging like a pendulum on a caffeine rush.
And let's not forget the ever-changing regulatory landscape. Governments around the world are still trying to figure out how to handle this digital maverick. It's a constantly evolving situation, which adds another layer of uncertainty.
It's like trying to hit a moving target, isn't it? And then there are those pesky hackers and scams lurking in the shadows, always looking for an opportunity to exploit vulnerabilities.
Those are very real concerns. The decentralized nature of Bitcoin, while innovative, also presents security challenges. It's a bit of a double-edged sword.
And we can't forget about market sentiment, that unpredictable force that can send Bitcoin prices soaring or plummeting based on a single tweet or news headline.
It's almost like a popularity contest, with the price reflecting the collective hopes and fears of the market.
All right, so we've established that Bitcoin's price history is a roller coaster ride for the brave.
Yeah.
But beyond the numbers, what's driving this digital revolution? What's the WHY behind all the hype?
It's a fascinating mix of factors, really. You've got this groundbreaking technology blockchain that's disrupting traditional financial systems.
Ah, blockchain.
Yeah.
That mysterious word that everyone throws around, but few truly understand. Care to shed some light on it for us mere mortals?
Imagine a digital ledger distributed across a network of computers where every transaction is recorded and verified. That's blockchain in a nutshell. It's transparent, secure, and tamper-proof, making it incredibly difficult to manipulate or counterfeit.
So it's like a digital fortress protecting every Bitcoin transaction.
Yeah. Exactly, and this underlying technology is what gives Bitcoin its value and potential. It's not just a digital currency, it's a revolutionary way of thinking about finance and trust.
I see, so it's not just about the money, it's about the tech behind it. But let's not forget the human element here. Bitcoin has attracted a passionate community of believers, often driven by a libertarian ethos and a desire for financial freedom.
Absolutely. There's this strong belief in decentralization, the idea that power shouldn't be concentrated in the hands of governments or institutions. Bitcoin, with its decentralized network, embodies that philosophy.
So it's like a digital rebellion against the establishment.
In a way, yes. It's a challenge to the traditional financial order, a statement that there's a different way to do things. And this disruption, this challenge to the status quo, is what excites many Bitcoin enthusiasts.
It's definitely a captivating story. But as with any revolution, there are bound to be some growing pains, right? We've already touched on the volatility, security risks, and regulatory uncertainty. Are there any other concerns we should be aware of?
One of the big issues that's often raised is the environmental impact of Bitcoin mining. The process of verifying transactions and adding new blocks to the blockchain requires a significant amount of computational power, which translates to a hefty energy consumption.
So Bitcoin's green credentials aren't exactly sparkling.
It's a complex issue. There are ongoing efforts to make Bitcoin mining more sustainable, with some miners transitioning to renewable energy sources, but it's definitely something to consider when evaluating the overall impact of Bitcoin.
It seems like Bitcoin comes with a whole baggage of ethical and environmental questions. It's not just about the potential riches, it's about the responsibility that comes with embracing this new technology.
Precisely. As Bitcoin continues to evolve, it's crucial to have these critical conversations. How do we balance innovation with sustainability? How do we ensure ethical and responsible use of this technology? These are questions that will shape the future of Bitcoin and the entire cryptocurrency landscape.
It's a lot to ponder, that's for sure. But that's what makes this deep dive so fascinating, right? We're exploring not just a digital currency, but a complex ecosystem with far-reaching implications.
Knowledge is power, they say.
Right.
And the more we understand about Bitcoin, the better equipped we are to navigate this exciting, albeit volatile, new world.
So for our listeners who are eager to jump on the Bitcoin bandwagon, what are the key takeaways from our exploration? What should they keep in mind before taking the plunge?
First and foremost, remember that Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies in general are still relatively young. We're still in the early innings of this financial revolution, and there's a lot we don't know.
It's like venturing into uncharted territory where the map is constantly being redrawn.
Exactly. And that brings us to our second takeaway: risk management. Before even considering investing in Bitcoin, it's crucial to understand your own risk tolerance and financial goals.
This isn't your grandma's savings account, folks.
Yeah.
Bitcoin is a high-stakes game with the potential for both incredible gains and devastating losses.
And that's why diversification is key. Don't put all your eggs in the Bitcoin basket. Invest in a mix of assets, do your research, and never invest more than you can afford to lose.
Spread the love, people. Don't bet the farm on a single digital horse.
Wise words. And finally, remember that Bitcoin is more than just an investment. It's a technological innovation, a social experiment, and a potential game changer for the future of finance.
It's a movement, a philosophy, a whole new way of thinking about money and value.
Whether you're a seasoned investor or just curious about this new frontier, Bitcoin is something worth understanding. It's shaping the world around us, and it's only going to get more influential in the years to come.
Well said. So there you have it, folks, our deep dive into the world of Bitcoin. We've explored the history, the technology, the risks, and the potential. We've crunched the numbers, debated the ethics, and hopefully sparked some thought-provoking conversations along the way. But before we wrap up this exciting journey, I have one final question for you, our amazing listeners. Given everything we've discussed about Bitcoin, from its wild price swings to the complex technology and the regulatory hurdles, what are the key factors you would consider before investing in any cryptocurrency?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
It really is.
It really boils down to informed decision-making. It's
Right.
not just about chasing those eye-popping returns, but about understanding the underlying technology, the market dynamics, and most importantly, your own risk tolerance.
Right. It's like assessing a new adventure. You wouldn't climb Mount Everest without the proper gear and training, would you?
Exactly. Investing in cryptocurrencies requires a similar level of preparation. You need to do your research, understand the risks involved, and make sure it aligns with your financial goals and comfort level.
So it's not for the faint of heart or those who panic at the first sign of a dip.
Absolutely not. It takes a certain level of resilience to ride out the volatility and stay focused on the long-term potential.
And remember, folks, we're not financial advisors, just two curious minds exploring the fascinating world of Bitcoin. All this talk of potential returns shouldn't be taken as a guarantee.
Always good to emphasize that. We encourage everyone to do their own research consult with financial professionals and make informed decisions based on their individual circumstances.
Couldn't have said it better myself. And hey, while you're doing all that research, why not check out those amazing offers in the links below? You never know what hidden gems you might uncover.
Always worth a look. You might find that next big investment opportunity, or at least snag a great deal on something you've been wanting.
And on that note, we've reached the end of our Bitcoin bonanza. It's been a wild ride full of twists, turns, and thought-provoking insights.
We've journeyed from the early days of Bitcoin to its current state, exploring the technology, the risks, and the incredible potential that has captivated so many.
We hope you've enjoyed this deep dive into the world of Bitcoin as much as we have. Hopefully you've gained a better understanding of this revolutionary technology and its potential impact on the future of finance.
Remember, the world of cryptocurrency is constantly evolving. Stay curious, stay informed, and most importantly, invest wisely.
Thanks for joining us on the NOSR Webs podcast. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and who knows, maybe we'll see you on that private beach someday.